These watermelon look-alike Rice Krispies are tangy and fruit flavored.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone, first thing you're going to do is lightly grease a 9-inch baking dish, either a springform pan or a cake pan. Then place 5 ounces of marshmallows in a medium-sized bowl, add 1/8 cup of butter, and put this in the microwave for about a minute on high until the marshmallows are nice and puffy and the butter is melted. Then stir those two things together until it's nice and smooth. Now at this point we're making the green portion of the watermelon, which is the rind. In order to get that color, we're going to add some lemon lime Kool-Aid. I added about 1/2 package to the marshmallow mixture. You can add the whole package if you want, but lemon lime isn't my most favorite flavor in the world. Now once I stirred in the 1/2 package, I wanted a darker green color, so I added a couple more drops of food color just to darken up that shade of green. Once that's all stirred together, add in 2 cups of Rice Krispie cereal and stir that in until it is nicely combined and all the little cereal pieces are covered with marshmallow. Then take a buttered spatula or a buttered spoon and transfer that green mixture into your baking dish and just spread it around the edges of the pan, and then using your fingers that have been lightly greased with butter, you're going to press it up against the side of the baking dish. Now this might be a little bit more difficult at the beginning while the marshmallows are still hot, but as it cools it'll get a lot easier, and what you want to try to get is a nice even layer. Then you're going to repeat this procedure again. 5 ounces of marshmallows, 1/8 cup of butter in the microwave for about a minute until it's nice and puffy and melted. Stir it together and then add your 2 cups of Rice Krispies. In this case though, we're not going to add any food color or any Kool-Aid because we want it to be white. Take that white portion and press it into the baking dish against the green portion. Try to make sure that it's nice and even all the way around and that it is at the same level as the green. Now once I made this, I realized I didn't like how thick the white portion was. Thought it was too thick, so I took a knife and I just cut off some excess. Now this was a little bit of an experiment because all of the recipes I'd found online for these particular watermelon Rice Krispies didn't use white. So please see the About section below for my recommendations for the amounts of marshmallows and Rice Krispies you'll need for that white portion. Now for the final part, which is the red portion, that's 10 ounces of marshmallows, 1/4 cup of butter in the microwave for about 2 minutes until the marshmallows are nice and puffy and the butter is melted, and then stirred together until nice and smooth. If you don't want to use a microwave for this step, you can just put your ingredients into a pot and melt it on the stove over low heat. Now for the red layer, I used cherry Kool-Aid, and I used an entire envelope for this amount of marshmallows, and you just continue to stir until the Kool-Aid is dissolved and you get a nice pink color, and then you're going to add 4 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. Now I didn't bother adding any food coloring to the pink portion because it was just the perfect shade of pink in my opinion. So stir it together until it's nicely combined. And then you're going to take that red mixture and press it into the center. Now what I did is I did this in two or three steps. I put a little bit in the bottom and then I pressed it down with a greased spatula, added a little bit more and continue to press. You just want to make sure that you don't have any gaps or any air pockets in your Rice Krispies. Now we're going to add the watermelon seeds, and you can use raisins or chocolate chips for this. I recommend that you press them in when the Rice Krispies have not quite set yet and they're still warm. That way it'll be easier to press in, and the chocolate chips melt just a tiny little bit with the heat of the Rice Krispies, and it just makes them sit in there and stick quite well. I wanted to show you here, I had a little bit of leftovers. I wasn't able to fit it all in the pan, and the main reason for that is when I first put that green layer in, I only went halfway up the sides of that 3-inch high springform pan. I should have went to 3/4 of the way up. That way I would have had a thinner green layer, a thinner white layer, and I would have been able to fit in all of the pink Rice Krispies. But the leftovers certainly were not thrown out, so they weren't lost. Then I put this in the refrigerator, I let it set, and I waited until the chocolate chips had solidified again, and then I cut it up into triangle shapes. And as you can see here, I stuck in some lollipop sticks, but you can also use popsicle sticks if you want, and turn them into little watermelon or Rice Krispie pops. And you can even put them into fancy little treat bags with a ribbon, and they would make great little party favors. This is nice and tangy, great fruit flavor, and visually it's super appealing. I hope you give this one a try. Now, I have a special love of watermelon themed food, and of course I have a playlist with all those goodies together in one place. So if you want to see it, go ahead and click right on your screen or see the link in the About section below. Thanks for watching.